track review.
Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Keep being awesome. Before we get into this video, I want to say a couple things. Blog TV tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Link to the Blog TV room inside of the info box. And if today is not today, then don't go to the Blog TV, because today is the day is the Blog TV, and tomorrow is not is the day of the Blog TV. Next album of the week, Bad Brains, Black Dots, also awesome. Punk band, Bad Brains, gotta know 'em, out of DC. Alright guys, this is Track Reviews, where we talk about the latest in rock, pop, electronic, and experimental music of the independent persuasion, and whether or not it's good. And picture of the LP that this track comes from. Health's Disco 2. Health are a noise rock outfit from California who have a really huge emphasis on a dance music feel in their music. And because that is so prevalent, it sort of seemed appropriate after they put out their self-titled LP to also come out with Disco, which was a series of remixes of songs from that first LP. Now, of course, last year Health put out the album Get Color. Great LP. I didn't like every song on it, but I certainly did. I did freaking love the single. Die Slow. Great track. Listen to that. Ugh. But anyway, like with their first album, Health is now gearing up to release Disco 2. June 22nd. It's going to have a bunch of remix tracks of songs off of Get Color. I believe Javelin's going to be on there remixing a track from that album, Crystal Castles, along with Tobacco. Yeah. However, there is one track that's going to be on the LP that is not a remix at all. It's an original. It's Health's track, USA Boys. Let's give it a listen. Track link down there in the D box. Here we go. Like I said, Health, USA Boys. Oh, why is it gotta fade out? Still, not a bad song to fade out with. Health, USA Boys. Down there in the D-box. Come on, guys. Down there in the D-box. But damn, good track. Good track. You know, the thing is, you heard these initial kind of dancing around your head. Very weird, very trippy. Kind of reminded me of contemporary techno. Just had this really contemporary techno feel, but with a much slower tempo. Very easy, kind of sedate, druggy, you know, very... But once everything came in, these synths, this distortion, all this bass, all this thumping, it kind of reminded me of the 80s. Just this really big, epic 80s electro rock anthem. Kind of like Phil Collins. Little Phil Collins-y. Am I going crazy here? Phil Collins? I could hear the strobes going off in my eyes. I could hear the drugs being taken around me. I could hear blood splashing all over the floor. I could just hear people dancing really slowly, slow motion dancing, yeah. It was almost epic, and dare I say it kind of sounded like some stuff, some sounds that I've been hearing off that new Crystal Castles record. Now when you compare this to Health's earlier stuff, you still have these really spectral vocals, all these really ghostly sounds. You still do have these dance elements, but this track was really straightforward, really poppy, really danceable, and really accessible. I mean, this thing, it sort of seems like it's a totally different band when you compare it to some of the noisier tracks off of Get Color. And also had a really great structure. Even though it did repeat this kind of pop verse, chorus, verse kind of thing, it really built. You know, it really felt like, you know, one verse wasn't the same as the next verse. It just kept building and building and just kept getting bigger. And then when that wash of distortion kind of came over the bridge, it just felt like, yes. Though this is most certainly not one of Health's noisier tracks, this thing is totally going to fit into the dance aesthetic that a lot of these songs are going to be on this new remix album, Disco 2. May I say this track sounded maybe a little bit industrial too? Anyway, you have some really great sounds on this track. Good structure with subtleties, and in terms of style, some very good influences to call back to, and pretty much Health right here is doing everything that they have done before this, but just as good, if not better. I'm feeling a decent to strong 8 on this track. I feel like the more I listen to it, the more it just grows on me and the catchier it becomes. But give it a listen. Are you a Health fan? And even if you're not, did you love this track? Did you hate this track? And why? Also, head over to theneedledrop.com. You can download this frickin' thing over there right now, too, I believe. Keep being awesome. Anthony Fantano, Health, Disco 2, USA Boys, forever.